Love it or hate it, your senior prom, one of those core memories for most folks, and a show coming to the Aronoff Center talks about love and acceptance at a high school dance. And here to talk about Cincinnati Music Theater's production of The Prom are two of the stars of the show, Mike Fielder and Deb Schubert. Thank you both for being here this morning.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it so much. Now, I was telling you guys, I don't know a ton about this show, other than everybody seems to love this show.
Yes.
Upbeat in the music and what else? What people need to know about The Prom?
Well, we have some fantastic dancing.
Yeah.
And I only say that because I am one of the two choreographers in the show as well.
Well, then it must be brilliant.
Yes,
Mike, come on.
It is pretty genius. It's a positive, fun-filled show with a really strong, positive message.
Yeah, and Deb, it feels like a message that really maybe resonates as much now as any time since the show first came out.
Yeah, very much so. This message is delivered, however, in such a great way. You will see everything. You will have moments where you want to cry, moments where you are laughing, and it's just so beautifully staged by our director, Skip Fenker. Again, the choreography is so energetic. It is just something they are not going to want to miss.
And you play Dee Dee, and you play Barry, and they are Broadway stars.
Yes.
And
oh, yes.
Fair to say, in both of these cases, the characters think pretty highly of themselves. Is that a fair assessment?
They do. In fact, that is why they take off to Edgewater, Indiana, because they just had a Broadway flop, but it was a flop because people don't like us as people. And so we have to we have to go save our reputation, so we take off to help this girl. Really, it's to help our reputations, but in the end we help her as well, so it's a great message.
And she helps us as well.
Love that. So going there ostensibly for yourselves, but it ends up you really are there for her at the end. I assume that's kind of how it goes. Yeah,
great message.
Awesome. Tell me about the music in the show.
It was written by the guys who wrote Elf, the musical.
Oh, okay.
Which I know Children's Theater just did a couple years ago.
Yep.
And it was also done by the guy who wrote the book for The Drowsy Chaperone, which is again an unknown musical.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because Bob Martin is such a brilliant comedian and he writes so well.
When you guys think back to your own proms, were you able to draw from that at all? When you go in, or have you avoided thinking about that completely?
So for our auditions, our director Skip Finker asked us our prom story, and so he got this plethora of like good and bad and wonderful and just hysterical prom stories. And then we have a Facebook group for our production, and we all share our prom stories and our prom pictures on there as well.
Oh,
so
my
it brought our community together as well.
So many sparkly dresses and bad tuxedos.
The 80s were bad.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Awesome. It sounds like a really fun show. Break down all the details for me. When do you open? How long do you run? All that kind of stuff.
Yep, we open this Friday. We run the 3rd to the 11th. You can get tickets at cincinnatiarts.org or 513-621-ARTS.
Perfect.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, and we'll get more information on the website, all that kind of stuff at local12.com as well. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Show sounds like a blast. All right.
Sure, you can stop watching, but let's be honest, you want to know more. Tap the links or even better, click subscribe to stay in the know.